welcome back to this week's newsletter. If you haven't noticed, we've got a new fridge. Nice and fancy. Upgrades! Now, we've got a good video coming up today. We're going to go straight over to Rob for a little video on how to get spin out on those greens. They're very firm at the moment, so it's a great tip you might want to follow along with.
So now the course is getting firm and fast, I get a few questions about how to stop the ball or get backspin on the greens. So I would personally say 50% of it is to do with your equipment and 50% of it is to do with your technique. Let's explore that a bit further. So with the technique, it's all about getting the ball before the turf. So keeping that shaft lean forward and compressing the ball so it spins up the club, creating that backspin. Even if you're on a short little chip, you want to keep that shaft forward. If you're on a big full swing, you still want to keep that shaft forward so you hit the ball before the turf. Now let's explore the equipment. So the combination between club and ball is really important. So if you think about the guys that are playing on the tour, they are playing with brand new clubs pretty much every time they play, and a brand new premium golf ball that potentially spins more than the middle of the road golf ball. If you're not sure which ball or club to use, we're more than happy to talk you through a ball fitting or a wedge fitting. But at the bare minimum, what I would suggest is make sure you clean your grooves before you're trying to play this spinny shot or controlled shot with a groove cleaner. Let me show you how it's done. Right, so let me show you how it's done. I've got a brand new golf ball out. I've got my new Jaws wedges that I've only had 2 or 3 months. Grooves are nice and clean. Let's see if I can compress it, keep that shaft lean forward. Not bad, pretty good.
When you buy 2 shirts, you get £10 off. Anyway, bags. Look at these amazing bags. So it's coming to summertime, and of course, all the companies have started to release their carry bags. Cool and funky colours. First of all, Titleist Carbon. This bag is extremely light. The legs are carbon fibre. The weight saving is unbelievable. You can hold it with one hand, pinky finger. It comes in a few different colours. Make sure to look out for that. And then Ping. Look at this. Hoofer. Really, really cool colour. You've also got some slightly different ones. So we've got the Mr. Ping colours up here as well. So you've got Mr. Ping Man all over the bag. Really nice colour again. But yeah, very limited bags of these. So make sure to come and get those. And then tailor-made. Look at this. It's almost in the Masters colours. White and green. Not a bag you see every day. But yeah, again, very funky. If you want a bag that no one else is going to have, why not take a look at these? Now let's go over to Alex. We're going to do a new segment of playing one hole every week out on the golf course. So let's get started with the first hole.
So in this week's newsletter, we have a new segment where I'm going to be playing each hole for 18 weeks. And I'm just going to talk you through how I play each hole, what club I use, how far I want to aim to hit it, what I'm thinking about when I'm going into the green with my approach shot, a little bit of course management, so forth. So this week we're starting with the first hole. Let's see how I get on. So here's my first shot. I've got a 6-iron in my hand. I'm looking to hit this about 190 yards, level with the big tree on the right-hand side of the fairway. So I've come down to my tee shot. I've actually hit the tee shot that I wanted to hit, which is not always the case. Because I've hit the fairway, I've actually gained probably about 10 yards or so from where I wanted to be. But we can't all get exactly what we want. So I'm going to zap, see how far we've got. So I've got 111 yards. Now, pin's at the back, so I don't want to go long. And I've got a bit downwind. So I'm going to probably play this about 105 yards, which is a nice and easy sandwich for me. Yeah, and I'm just going to try and strike the ball well. I'm going to aim a little bit left of the flag because the flag's on the right-hand side to get into the main heart of the green. It's a very slim green here on the first. And I'm going to just before I hit this ball, I'm going to remind myself that it's downwind, just so I just 100% remember that I do not need to hit this full. 105 yards is the number. I'm looking about 2 yards left of the flag. I've not got the best lie here, but it's okay because I've only got a sandwich in my hands. That is tight with the bunker. I'm short, but that's left me a bad shot in. Let's have a look. So I've not hit a good shot there at all. I've hit the number that I wanted to hit. I've hit it about 105 yards. I underestimated the lie that I had. I was in a bit of a divot, which then made me hit a little bit of a fade, and I've short-sided myself massively. It would be good for me to get up and down here for a par. I'm looking potentially at a bogey here. Really, really difficult shot here because where the bunker lip is, it just feeds all the way down. As you all know, the greens are really hard and really fast at the moment, so it's actually tough to even keep this on the right-hand side of the green. So it's 100%, with the flag where it is, the miss should have been left. I was maybe attacking the pin too much. I should have aimed further left, but you learn from your mistakes. 100%. So now what I'm going to be doing here, fortunate that I've got a nice lie. I've got my 60 degree out because there's no other club that I can take here, and I'm actually looking to land the ball somewhere in the region of this shadow. It's then going to kick off, and then I'm going to have to just leave myself with a putt and just try my best with the putt. If not, move on, bogey, try and make a birdie somewhere else, which is not a problem. I'm going to slightly open the face here and just hit a real confident chip through. Make sure I get through the grass, get the ball up. Like I said, I'm not looking to get the ball close here. I'm just looking for an opportunity at a par. Now, I've played that pretty well. Played that pretty much how I wanted. Got to try and get the putt. Okay, so massive key point that I always talk to my lessons about is not putting pressure on your putter and not blaming your putter for a bad hole. My bad shot on this hole was my approach shot. Now I have got no pressure with this putt. If I get it in, it's fantastic. If I don't, I take my medicine and I move on to the next hole. I've given this a good read. I'm pretty sure it's pretty straight. I just got to get the pace right. So I've lined my ball up to the hole. I'm going to make sure that I am confident with this putt. But like I said, there's no pressure here. I just need to get the ball in the hole if I can. So I got really lucky there, guys, and I made up for a bad shot. I'm going to go on to the second and see how we do. So that's the end of the first hole of our new little segment where we're going to go around the course. I'm going to talk you through how I play each hole. As you see, I hit bad shots, but thankfully on this one, I made up with a good putt, and we'll see how we do on the second.
Now, if you're looking for a GPS watch, S42s are in stock. They were $249. They're down to $219 in the shop. We've got all the colours available, so make sure to come and check those out. Now we're going to go into the shed. We've got the nearest to pin competition running at the moment, so let's have a look at some of the entries over the last week or so.
Oh, that looks good. Sit. Oh. Good.
We've had a lot of inquiries about trolleys recently, so we have the full range of Motor Caddy and Power Caddy trolleys available in the shop, starting from like your S1s in the Motor Caddy and then your FW3s in the Power Caddy. Now, if you are looking for a trolley and you want to know more, come and see us in the shop. We know everything about them. We can answer any question you have. We can also show you all the individual trolleys, show you how they work, and if you want, we'll even let you demo some of them out on the golf course. So please come and let us know, as we will find you a trolley that suits you. Now, let's go over to Alex for another little coaching video. He's going to show you how to get out of bunkers.
Struggling to get out of the bunker? Listen to these 3 easy steps. Firstly, club selection. You need as much loft as possible. I use a 60 degree. If you haven't got one of them, look to purchasing one. Most loft in the bunker gets it up and out. Second, entry point into the sand. We need to be hitting the sand 2 inches behind the ball. And finally, power. If we're hitting 2 inches behind the ball, we can come through with lots of power, which generates the ball to get up in the air and stopping quickly. So, ball slightly further forward to help me with that entry point. I've got my 60 degree, and then I'm thinking power. Okay, so ball slightly further forward like we talked about. I'm looking at hitting the ground, hitting the sand, 2 inches behind the ball there with lots of power to get the ball out. As you can see, I entered the sand right on that line. Getting out the bunker is the most important thing. Make sure you use power, right club selection, and then entry point is 2 inches behind.